Hello everyone, today I'll be making a video on this complete model Power Pennzoil Bell train set. I actually got this at a flea market, and it was really convenient how I found this train set. Okay, so when we went into the flea market I go to is called Trader's Village. We live near it, and I know there's two Trader's Village in Texas. I don't know if it's like a brand of flea market. I don't know. I just know there's two in Texas. Anyway, enough about doxing myself. When we got to the flea market, I had to use the restroom, so I just went to the restrooms. You know, do restroom business, and I got out from the other door because there are two doors leading into the restroom. Well, when I came out the other door, I noticed a vendor to my left. I looked to see what they have, and they just have a bunch of unopened Hot Wheels cars. But then I noticed a vendor next to the vendor selling the Hot Wheel cars. And this is what I saw. The Model Power train set. Right when I first saw it, I was like, I must have. You sometimes rarely find a model train set at a flea market. But if you go to the one I go. Anyway, so I asked the seller how much it is, and he said it's $50. And as you can see in front of you, I bought it. This train set sold for around $99. I mean, it's an oval loop with 3 cars and a steam engine. I think that's pretty good. Why I say that? Because Hobby Lot. So you know that Bachman train set. That's basically a train set version of this 060. The market price for that is $99. And Hobby Lobby, which is a hobby store that is close to me, is selling it for like $100, which to me is a ripoff. $100 for a locomotive, 2 pieces of rolling. That's 3. 2 pieces of rolling stock and just a little circle of track. That ain't $100 train set. Anyway, enough about Hobby Lobby. You can actually still get this train set. I found a seller on eBay selling a lot of these Pennzoil Bell model powered sets. And he has like plus 20. That's what eBay says. So yeah, so it won't be a huge loss if I just take all this plastic wrapping off. Yeah, I got this yesterday. I just got back from school to unbox it today. Since I didn't want to record this at night, because I hate my light, because it has an orange hue to it. Or it has an orange, it gives everything an orange look like a stereotypical, like what Hollywood see Mexico as. Except it's way shittier since my phone can only do a certain camera quality anyway, so yeah, let me just throw away the packing. It was already ripped, so it ain't a huge loss. Right, let's get to the unboxing of this set. Right, so before we actually take the engine and everything out of the box, let's first talk about model power. Now, for those 5 people or people that know nothing barely anything about model trains except Bachmann and Hornby due to Thomas. Hold up. Model Power is basically a company that produced low-budget locomotives for people getting into the hobby. You've probably seen their 040 at like a hobby shop, or their F units in another hobby shop. And you probably know their iconic small but cute train set. I really wish model companies do stuff like that. And speaking of the companies doing stuff like that, this gives me nostalgia to the old era of model railroading. Even though I wasn't born in that era, it just gives me some weird nostalgia. Anyway, oh yeah. It comes with the old model power pack, which we'll see how that works. Anyway, enough stalling. Let's get this out of the box. This is packaged like a Ather blue box. A lid and right before we look at the contents, which I already had a glimpse at, the edges says Pennzoil Bell Express Electric Train Set, Model Power, set number 1301. If that say 1356, I would be over the moon and back. I also got a small picture of the train. Now, so here's the train. Oh, cool! It comes with a little station or platform. And that. Oh! It even comes with signals. Oh, that's. Man, thank God I got this for $50 too. This is. Man, I bet you in the 90s, a little kid got into model railroading thanks to this train set. Model Power, I thought you would just give me a little looping. So, trains. Hey, before we get to the trains, let's look at the other contents. Ah, yes. Train set is important for HO and then it's gonna read. Yeah, I know how to. Yeah, okay, this gives you the average information for model railroading. Yes. It uses that old type of. Basically, this is what they used to connect to the track in the early. Basically, before the 2000s, when they started using plugs like this Bachmann controller over here. See? Plugs into the track with this. I think that's a U-boat. Okay, this up, and that doesn't. Oh wait, that holds the battery pack and the controller. Here it is, and oh god, it's heavy and beefy. Got a little. I might actually replace my Bachmann controller with this because I love the handle. That's like on a real locomotive. But I'd still have the Bachmann controller right there on hand. Because, this is an old controller. It doesn't have the safety features that more modern controllers have. Circuit happens. Oh, look. The wires. That's nasty. But, yeah, don't mind my room being just filled with toys and models everywhere. So here's the track. A steel track, no big deal, to me at least. I'll probably keep some of the stuff in the box, except the engine and rolling stock and the platform and these little things. I'm gonna put these to use, but let me put them right here, that way I won't lose them. Right, so now on the bits and rolling stock. First off, we have the crane, my first crane. Put it on the track. This little bit goes on a hole somewhere. Oh, let me look for it. Okay, so the little piece goes right here where you turn it, but I can't for the life of me tie this around the middle of this piece. And when I try to, though, the little thread here rips, so I think I might just hot glue the end of the string to this piece. That way it will just, at least it will work. Anyway, so this is the crane, my first crane. There's a little cupola. I don't know what this section is called, but caboose part. Has some simple handrails, but that's good for a first time train set, a beginner's train set, since I have grown stuck with handrails and they're already gone. Let me just use my, see? I didn't do that on purpose. My baby brother loves to come into my room and grab everything he sees. Yeah. Alright, so little handrail right there. No wait, that's a brake wheel. Oh, damn, I'm losing my mind. The Pennzoil logo on there. Sound your Z. I need to do research on that slogan. And the little crane arm has painted. It's painted a bit. And on the side, oh, there goes the crane. Yank it up. There we go. This car doesn't really have, doesn't feel that weighty, but there is, I know there's a weight in there, just is not that heavy. The other side is the same. Here you got a warning stripe. There, just gonna move this. Oh yeah, the train has horn hook couplers, so yeah, this was made in the early 90s or 80s. Well, late 80s or I think you get what I mean. Right, so we're done with the how does this roll. Yeah. I might upgrade everything on this set to metal wheels once I get some. Anyway, now to the tank flat car. If you want this car, but without all the 80s, old model railroad technology, Lionel actually released this under their HO line. So if you want to get a flat car with these tanks on, you could just buy one from Lionel and they won't have the Pennzoil advertising all over it. Anyway. Oh. Oops. The flat car is still in one piece, and this is why it has those handrails and not some plastic ones that will easily rip. Yes, the tank pieces are easily removable. Where did the other one go? Oh, it's down here. Oh, yeah, you can readjust these. Have one in the middle. Yeah, that's nice. I actually should have shown this. I should have shown this third after the boxcar, since it looks more interesting than a traditional boxcar. But a boxcar is fine. The boxcar is what you normally get. Has opening doors. I don't know why model companies stopped doing the open doors things, except on train sets. They stopped doing that like on longer cars. I get it. Like, I get why they have to remove it on, like, a car, like a box car like this. And now after saying that, I think I know why they don't do that for these 50-foot box cars. But I also stopped doing that for the normal 40-foot box cars, like in this one. Actually, yeah, I think it's for detail purposes, reasons. That way it won't look that bulky. Like here. Anyway, this is the traditional boxcar with Pennzoil decals on both sides of the Mississippi. And also, like the entire train, it has horn hook couplers. You can put little treasures inside. Yeah, sorry for making the camera be on this side and this side when I'm talking about something that's in the middle. I'm bad at holding cameras. Just as you see right now. Now for the piece of resistance. The creme de la creme of every train set. And that is the locomotive itself. But before we actually get the engine out, let's take the plastic blister out. That way to make it more epic. Ooh. What should we take out first? This is a special. Okay, let's take out the tender first. Alright, so this is a old Western style tender. This is supposed to be a log load, but it looks like someone dumped a bunch of candy inside and called it a day, to be honest. Oh, the tender does have some weight to it, but it could use some metal wheels to give it some more heaviness. And now to the engine. Ooh. I never thought I'd get a model power locomotive, but now I do. I always wanted to get one of these model power 040s, but I never thought I would get one sooner. And let's connect this to its train. Fun fact about this little 040. This little 040 is actually named the Fat Boy. Let me just move the camera right here. There we go. No joke. That one model power named this locomotive the Fat Boy. You ever heard of the Big Boy? Well, now you heard of the Fat Boy. Yeah, the Fat Boy is, of course, the model power 440, but westernized. So basically, Hollywood, when they need a westernized 440, but it couldn't find one, so they resort to a little switcher to play the role of a 1800s locomotive. There's actually multiple versions of the Fat Boy type locomotive. There's one where it's a tank engine and everyone knows it. You basically see it in those 2006 fan-made Thomas videos that has HSK models. You see them at your hobby shop or model train show. You see them everywhere. There's also the tender engine version of it, which is basically Fat Boy here, but without the stereotypical Western features. It looks like a traditional switcher that you see switching cars in the 40s. And then you got Fat Boy here, which, as you can see, a westernized switcher with a tender stolen from a 1800s locomotive. But I don't care. As you heard from my tangent about old HSK locomotives, I love them. You know, 2911 isn't a good example since she got kit bashed a bit. But she is from the 80s. And she was supposed to imitate an actual Pacific. Actually, but she doesn't look accurate to it. Actually, Chattanooga is a good example. I love 80s and 70s locomotives. Of course, they're unrealistic and freelance, but that's the beauty of them. You don't get that anymore with model trains. Everything is based after a real-life prototype. Man, I miss those days. Hopefully one day a model company will introduce a line for beginners, and it don't overprice shit. It's just for beginners, and to bring back the good old unrealistic 70 engines of the 70s and 80s and 90s. Oh man, I'm just sitting here romanticizing about these unrealistic. Right, enough about that. Let's actually get Fat Boy running, which I have. There's a good chance this engine will run since this is actually brand new, as you could tell by it having, well, it used to have its seal, not anymore because I took it off. But yeah, let me just set up the track like in the 70s on the floor. Also for good old time's sake, since remember when I set up my HSK railroads on the floor? And good times. Not good for my back, and the floor is a bad place to run trains since it's uneven and the trains will short circuit. Right, enough about that. Let's actually I ramble a lot. That's a problem. I just realized with this bit of stray, it's already developing rust. Oh dear. Hopefully that won't interfere with electrical pickup. If this train doesn't work on this track, don't worry. I'll run it on my layout. For being an unopened train set, the track does have a few rust spots. Not only that, this bit of stray actually has a broken tie. Well, ties. But the track went together nicely, and oh god damn, I feel like a kid in the 90s when Christmas Day comes along and you got a new train set. Yeah, it has a little simple valve gear. Also got can motor inside. Of course it ain't realistic, but I don't care. Y'all should know that by now. If you follow me on Twitter and all that jazz. Alright. Tender coupled. Oh yeah, how does the tender roll? Oh, I derailed it. Hot damn. The tender runs smooth. That's actually really nice since this is the car behind. Well, this is the car. What else can I describe a tender? Yeah, this is a car riding behind the engine all times. And if this had if the wheels weren't friction free, then this train will have somewhat of a hard time picking up speed and, well, hauling anything, right? tankers. Uh-oh. Something. Oh. Right? Yeah, this car rolls decently well. Uh-oh, I derailed the tender. Been a long while since I actually built up a train set. Boxcar. That also rolled decently well. And now for the crane car. Let's put the crane piece somewhere where I won't derail the train. Gonna do this off camera so that way I get a good view. Let's hope it doesn't fly off the deck. Yeah, this is the piece that doesn't really roll well. And there we go. Kinda ironic that this will be the last car off the train and it's gonna be the one holding up the slack due to its non-friction free wheels. I think kid friction in this car. Wiring up an old controller with its wire is really simple. All you need is a flathead. All you need to do is unscrew. Oh, my computer went on. All you need to do is unscrew these bits. Like lefty righty, lefty loosey. Is that one my auto basics teacher taught? Yeah, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Right, so you unscrew those. Right, so you unscrew those suckers only a bit to fit these brass tabs in them. Man, thank God. I will miss the, even though I wasn't born in the era, I will miss the unrealistic locomotives. But what I won't miss is how to attach the controller to the power pack anyway. After you put these in, you screw them suckers in. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Don't forget that. My auto basics teacher taught me that. Right. Make sure they're all the way in. Don't leave them like this, because it might bend the tab. That's what I just learned like seconds ago. Oh, there we go. Right, tighty. Right, tighty. There you go. And to connect to the track, all you gotta do is grab your wires. There we go. Make it focus. Tie them up. Like so. And don't forget to make them a hook shape. And just place them right here. Actually, what you do is put these wires in these little holes right here. Okay, so here what you actually do. You ignore everything I said and do what I say now. You push these tabs in, you stuck the wires in, into the little hole, and that's how you connect the track. As demonstrate right here. So this isn't entirely in there. Get in there. There we go. There we go. This is how you do it. You don't stick it in that area. You don't stick it on the side. You stick them in them holes. Don't forget to tie them like hook shape. They won't escape easily. Right, I reckon that's that. Now let's see how this rolls. Hold up. No, I need to put it in reverse. Alright. 20 amps. 30. 40. And it cuts out probably due to my uneven floor. So let me just move the track over here. Okay, then it's moving. He's moving. The fat boy, after 30 or 20 years, is on the run again. I love this throttle. It's like a real life engine. Now let's boost Fat Boy up to 80. This boy needs grease. Damn, hear him yell. Alright, let's grease this little boy, cause he needs. Let me flip my phone that way. There we go. Alright, let's grease this boy, cause that was loud. Right. It's really easy to grease these, well, lubricate these model power engines. Cause, as you can see right in front of you, the gear is exposed, which is bad if you're running this on a carpet, which most 70 homes have. But it's good for lubrication. I got my Label 106. Just put a bit there. Like they say, a little goes a long way. Oh, get a 9-volt battery. To move the grease about. If I could put on the wheels properly. Let's put on the track. See how he yells. Probably shot him. Or probably due to my uneven floor. Yeah, probably due to my uneven floor. It doesn't scream that much. There is a bit of grinding. Yeah, there is a bit of grinding there. Oh well. Meow. Like any board wreaking havoc. Oh. I think I already know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I already derailed him by shifting the track. I also looked to check on that warranty, and here it is. Stay up there. It doesn't really say the year when this was released or the era this was released in. But I'm still willing to bet it was in the 80s or 90s. That's probably the most logical era. When was this released? Come on. Well, that was a lot of fun. Right, I'm gonna test this on my layout, and so far it runs way better on my Bachmann controller. So let me just oh, it derailed. Oh no, it just lost power. Oh, I can't blame him. Right. And also, he still needs a bit of time to. I still need to run him in, because that's what you need to do with new locomotives. But well, he's running good so far. So let's just run him on my layout, shall we? Slow run by. Seems like he's wheel slipping. Here he comes. He comes flying by. Yeah, put the little depot platform to good use. There's Thomas in the fat controller. Somewhat like a Get With Thomas event happening here. Not really though. Thought it will also be fun to also put some signals around the yard. So yeah, that's the Model Power Fat Boy Pennzoil train set. I'm really glad I picked this up, and I got it for 50 bucks too, so not bad at all. Right, so that's all for today. Thank y'all for watching, and hope you have a good day.